right, how's everybody doing? Kirk Fletcher here, just back from Los Angeles, California, my home. I went out for my daughter's birthday. You know, it was, I was a little bit nervous about traveling, from Switzerland to LA, but everything was okay. And I'm back here in Switzerland now, and, I brought back with me a cool, older 1992 PRS Custom 24. I just like older stuff. I can't help myself, mixed with new stuff. But anyway, it was all good. And I just, I had time to talk to my dear friend for over 25 years or so, Mr. Dave Kida, who plays drums with me on my new record, as well as been playing with me off and on for many, many years. We were just talking about the language of blues drumming, and many, many, many people think that it's just simple and it's just something that, anybody can do. Oh, the blues is easy. Blues drumming is not that difficult. But I'm here to tell you that if you delve into it, it's a very, very unique language. It's a language, it's a way of playing. People think that, jazz drumming is difficult and complicated, and blues drumming, when you really think about it, and when you play real, authentic blues drumming, it can be very different, and maybe there's some things that slip between the cracks that a lot of people think that are just, they take for granted. One of the big things about blues drumming is reading the soloist. You can propel the soloist into greatness by just the way you play behind them and support them. It's about knowing the language, just like you would take a jazz drummer. They have to know the language. You wouldn't have a drummer that never played jazz before to just, get up and play with a really great jazz saxophone player or something like that. They would really know what's going on. And there's all these little things, that make up a great jazz drummer. Well, it's all these many things that make up a really great blues drummer as well. Knowing the songs, knowing the style. There's so many different styles of blues drumming too. You got your Texas shuffles, you got your Chicago blues. You have even a drum style of how, you would play behind a country blues artist, adding rhythm to a country blues artist, and thinking in those terms and knowing the language, jump blues, funky blues, straight ahead, more modern Chicago blues as opposed to, like things like Little Walter, Fred Below, or playing, like S.P. Leary or, Willie Steele on a lot of the old Howlin' Wolf stuff. It's so many different things and so many nuances. And I think that's really the thing about blues drumming is the nuances, of it. And for me, I would say that some of my favorite blues drumming that I really like is a lot of the old Little Walter records. I feel that my time playing with harmonica players, playing in the style of like Little Walter, Sonny Boy Williamson too, these two guys right here, gentlemen alone, have a whole, a whole story. They tell a whole story with the blues drumming, and Fred Below played a lot with these guys, among other people too. But, when I think of standing on the stage and being at complete ease playing blues and playing slow blues and playing a shuffle, I really, even for the guitar, there wasn't a lot of guitar solos, but I really want somebody playing that interplay like Fred Below played with Little Walter. It's like an ensemble playing, and no one is bigger than the sum of his parts, and you put it all together and it creates a sound. And this goes even farther than just, blues. I mean, when you think about drummers and you think about creating a sound, I would say, Mitch Mitchell with Jimi Hendrix, was a great example of what I mean. When you think of some of those drum beats to, so many great Hendrix songs. It's the same kind of thing. And I think you can view blues drumming in the same way if everybody is paying attention. You know, if you have a bass player that knows the records of Buddy Guy or Otis Rush or Little Walter or Sonny Boy, then you got all of this, you know, ammunition that you can make the blues interesting, you know, for the soloist as well as the audience. You know, if you come all together, you know, and create this sound as opposed to the drummer wants to do his thing, or he's not really thinking about it, or he's on autopilot, or he's playing the same shuffle that he played on the last 20 shuffles that you guys just played. You know, it'll make it more interesting for fun. I mean, it's definitely a group effort, you know. So these are just some of my philosophies. It was great to see my good friend Dave Kida, who we made, you know, just done this record, and he played on most of the tracks, you know, except for about 3, I think. And it was just great to see him and great to share stories about blues drumming. And I know a big, you know, he's a big fan of George Raines, you know, drummer, Texas drummer that played with Jimmy Vaughn a lot, you know. And I know he loves his playing, and George Raines, amazing drummer, you know. And in that style too, you know, just that, you know, playing for the song, playing really authentically playing shuffles and playing this stuff with intent, you know. So it was just fantastic. And I saw my good friends at Norm's Rare Guitars. I saw Norm, it was great, you know. As much as I could, you know, do with, you know, all the things that are going on and everything, I want to still try and keep, you know, some distance, some social distance and things like that, you know, and not really see too many people and just spend time with my daughter, you know. So anyway, I'm back and I'm looking forward to doing a few gigs in Italy coming up and just different little special things I'll be doing. And yeah, messing around with this Custom 24 some more. All right, we'll see you soon.